Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 DJs of the 2000s.
You get the feelings, that's what you choose.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most successful, influential, and popular DJs of the decade. Did we forget your favorite turntablists? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 10, Deadmau5. The enigmatic DJ behind the mask grew his brand steadily over the course of the 2000s. After two promising releases, Deadmau5 put out his third record, Random Album Title. His collaborations with the likes of performers such as Cascade changed the trajectory of his career. Pretty soon afterward, Joe Zimmerman and his helmet gained international attention for his efforts. The artist's 2009 album, For Lack of a Better Name, further ruminated on his progressive house style. He then spent the 2010s growing in esteem and trying his hand at film scores, all because of his work during the previous decade. Number 9, Diplo. Diplo is known for being one of the busiest men in the music business. He's a member of several groups, including Major Lasers and LSD, but he got his start in the early decade with a selection of mixtapes. His 2000s run included DJing and production work for a number of high-profile artists. The producer also worked on MIA's iconic single Paper Planes, among other well-known songs.
We pack and deliver like UPS trucks, already going hell, just pumping that gas.
Founding the label Mad Decent in 2006, he helped to bring more trap and moombahton music to the masses. He entered the 2010s with the connections and talent to produce and collaborate with more musicians, ranging from Beyonce to Justin Bieber. Number 8, J Dilla. Although he died in 2006, the scope of J Dilla's output influenced the remainder of the decade and beyond.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
His production is widely respected in the hip-hop community for its technical precision. From underground icon to rap legend, the producer grew out of Detroit to a solo career in the 2000s. His final release, Donuts, stands the test of time as an original record full of inventive and ingenious hooks.
Working on it. Working on it.
Intricate sampling and signature beat making come together in every one of his works, whether he was collaborating with other Soulquarians or creating his own material. Number 7, Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris' star rose in the late 2000s with two releases of increasing success. His 2007 debut, I Created Disco, created buzz around the artist in the UK. With the hit Acceptable in the 80s, Harris showcased his interest in fusing throwback electronic music with more recent EDM sounds. The Scottish DJ's second solo album, Ready for the Weekend, continued to reveal his firm grasp on mainstream electro-pop trends. Receiving notice from international chart, the record hinted at his impending achievements for the next decade. The 2000s and 10s were even kinder to the producer, with massively popular collaborations alongside Dua Lipa and Rihanna. Number 6, Carl Cox. Innovator Carl Cox holds a connection to the formative years of DJ culture. His credentials include opportunities with Paul Oakenfold in the 1990s, leading him towards further production work in the 21st century. The artist started his own influential label, Intech Records, later known as Intech Digital, which allowed him to use his knowledge of the industry with more independence. Albums such as Second Sign struck a chord with audience across the pond. This all led to highly coveted residencies in Ibiza, Spain, which made him a further in-demand performer. Cox's appearances at major electronic music festivals earned him a reputation as a respected member of the community. Number 5, John Digweed. In his decades-long career, John Digweed brought innovation and foundation to house music. He ended up informing the next phase of the genre known as progressive house. Throughout his time at Twillo nightclub in New York City, Digweed cultivated a following with his residency. This extended to gigs around the world and a long list of compilation albums. His projects with artists ranging from Nick Muir to Sasha were important steps in his 2000s era career. Working on the radio and having his tracks featured in films, the producer shaped a decade of electronic music fans in the UK and the US. Number 4, Sasha. Next to being a collaborator with John Digweed, Sasha amassed solo success and critical reception for his remixes. His influences span from acid house to trance in a career that includes several DJ awards. In the 2000s, his album Air Drawn Dagger featured the single Wavy Gravy and other explorations of ambient music. The record reached the top 10 on the US Dance Electronic Album charts, among other classifications. Embracing more digital equipment during its early days, he stood on the cutting edge of DJ technology. The artist stayed humbled about his place in the industry, even with his former title, Son of God. Number 3, Tiesto. Tiesto may or may not be the godfather of EDM, but he was definitely one of the most visible DJs in the 2000s. He was everywhere, from Coachella to the 2004 Olympic ceremonies, in a major boost to electronic music's global recognition. The artist released 4 albums during the decade that summarize his experimental use of trance and house music. His legend only grew with each collaboration, with other burgeoning talents such as Calvin Harris working with him. Other than Grammy nominations and profitable performances, the Dutch producer also helped discover and support many DJs through his own label. Number 2, Daft Punk. Already established in the 1990s, Daft Punk entered the 2000s with the goodwill of their earlier success such as Homework. The French duo rode the wave of the electronic dance boom and gave audience one of the best albums in the genre with Discovery. It etched the robot masterminds into legend as sampling kings, eager to please with the multi-genre mix of beats and vibes. They had a populist appeal that expanded across music fans of all ages. Singles like One More Time earned their spot as modern dance classics, while Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger inspired artists like Kanye West to borrow their sound. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Pete Tong. With work in Ibiza and on radio, Tong grew a following as an electronic music champion.
And tell me that you want me, yeah. And tell me that you need me.
The Chemical Brothers. The Big Beat duo held on to their spot as one of England's greatest electronic exports.
Time has come to galvanize.
Madlib. Together with MF Doom, the DJ created the massively influential project known as Mad Villain.
It's ugly, like look at you, it's a damn shame. Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
Armin van Buuren. The Dutch artist racked up commercial success and respect as a favorite of DJ Mag. David Guetta. With his 2009 album One Love, Guetta positioned himself as a DJ mainstay in the industry.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Paul Oakenfold. Paul Oakenfold is a name synonymous with DJ culture.
Ready, go!
The producer extraordinaire has lent his name to many remixes over the years, finally releasing a studio album called Bunka in 2002. He already had a steady following by the end of the 20th century, capitalizing on that success in a series of releases across the 2000s with an eclectic mix of artists from Madonna to Brittany Murphy. Oakenfold also collaborated with the likes of Shifty Shell Shock on hits like Starry-Eyed Surprise. His songs were played in clubs around the world and featured in movies such as The Bourne Identity.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.